It was January 10th, a couple of years back, 3 days after my 10th birthday. The day I thought I was just going to play video games turned out to be the day my life would change forever. Growing up, home wasn't really home. My mom was around, but not really. Her boyfriend. I stayed out of his way. I spent a lot of time outside, at neighbors' houses, with people I thought were friends. One of them was Mark. He was older, around his mid-40s, lived nearby, always had games, candy, things kids liked. I didn't think much of it. Nobody did. That day, he said he had a late birthday surprise for me, a trip to the arcade, and maybe some games at his house. My mom didn't stop me from going. Why would she? I'd been to his house before. When we got to his house, everything felt normal at first. We played some video games, laughed a bit, and chatted casually. Then he said he had something to show me in the garage. I followed him. That's when things started to feel wrong. He led me past his car to a corner where the floor didn't look right. There was a piece of carpet rolled back, a wooden board, and beneath it, a dark square. "Go on," he said. At first, I thought maybe it was a game. Then I realized he wanted me to climb down. I climbed down a ladder into a small, dimly lit room. It wasn't a basement. It was a cold, windowless room, maybe 6 by 7 feet. The walls were covered in white panels. There was a mattress, a TV, a few shelves. It looked like something out of a nightmare, but I didn't understand it yet. The trapdoor above me slammed shut, and the grinding sound of a concrete slab sliding over it echoed. That sound. That's when it hit me. I wasn't leaving. He came down sometimes, bringing food, or just sitting there, watching me. He told me nobody was looking for me, that my mom didn't care, that I'd be happier here. I didn't believe him, but part of me was terrified he was right. Days blurred. I didn't know if it was morning or night unless he told me. I learned not to cry in front of him. He didn't like it. I learned to ask for food, water, even bathroom breaks politely, like I was a guest. I started counting the seconds between his visits, memorizing the sound of the locks and the way the light changed when the trapdoor opened. I kept my mind busy, memorizing every inch of the room, every sound from above. I didn't know if I'd ever get out, but I wanted to remember, just in case. I didn't know it then, but outside, people were looking for me. Police, neighbors, even strangers. My face was on flyers, the news, TV. But what Mark didn't realize, I wasn't as invisible as he thought. The search was closing in, and he could feel it, that pressure building, every knock at his door, every phone call. It was adding up. They asked him every night to join the search, but he kept making up excuses, and I could feel he started to get quieter and quieter by every visit. 17 days. That's how long I was down there. 17 days without sunlight. 17 days of pretending to believe his lies so he wouldn't hurt me. And then, one morning he came down. He looked serious. He didn't bring food. He just said, "We're leaving." I didn't know what that meant, if it was good or bad. But then he told me he'd called his lawyer. He was turning himself in. That afternoon, I heard footsteps moving across the house, more than one pair. I thought I heard my name, but it was hard to tell. I started screaming, and then the trapdoor opened. Instead of Mark, I heard a voice calling my name. There were police officers. They pulled me out into the cold, sharp air. The sunlight burned my eyes. I hadn't seen it in over 2 weeks. I was alive. Andrew was arrested and later sentenced to 15 years to life. I went into foster care, and for the first time, I knew what it felt like to have a real family. I was 9 years old when I went into that bunker. When I came out, I wasn't the same kid. I'd seen what people were capable of, the lies they could tell, the darkness they could hide. But I also learned something else. Even when someone tries to bury you away from the world might still come looking. And in moments of difficulty, you can find strengths within yourself you never even knew existed.